And we're back.
What up, world? Welcome back to the afternoon kick. It's myself, Darian D. Will Williams. Got my partner crying, Rio Robinson. Rio, what's up, man?
What's up, man? What it do, bro? We got a game to play. Football started last night, my guy.
Man, it's fall. I mean, our team is good. We're getting talked about in an amazing light. Like, what can it be, bro? And yesterday was perfect, bro. Like the game was good. You got to watch got to watch, our nemesis beat up on each other.
The ops. Yeah.
Bruh, a lot of dumb decisions and things happening, man. It's crazy. Shout out to Paul.
It's crazy, man. I'm happy to be back, man. We got a game in 2 days, brother.
What is life, bro? What is life? Now, Rio, it's been a minute since we've been in the mix together. I wonder if the chemistry is still there. So you got to try it again, man. You got to let me know. You got to let me know when to run the intro, bro.
Oh, you already know, man. You already know. It's been a minute since we did this, but we on same timing as we always are, man. So play the music.
New intro alert.
Hey, new intro. That joint was clean too.
Hey, listen, bro. Listen, you had to get them going. You know what I'm saying? Get the little house that. Oh, bro, hold on. Look at my shirt, bro.
That was clean, bro. That was clean. I see.
Bruh, the fun bunch, bruh. I love this, man. This back in my day. It's a little before your time.
Them
bruh.
boys are back, man. The boys are back. Week 1 football. We saw the Cowboys and Eagles throwing punches, throwing saliva, and dropping footballs in front of a national audience. Thor played a factor in the game tonight. Ain't you glad to be back, man?
Dog, I'm super excited, man. Watching the game last night was just crazy, man. And then, like, one thing before, of course, we're gonna get into our squad, but to see the game start out as fast as they did, man. The thing with the preseason, they say it start off slow because everybody ain't really played that much, but they started off fast. That it was good football, and then your man spitting off the break, bro. Like I was like, what's going on? Then to find out the footage later. I'm like, man, y'all had this footage the whole game. He's like, we'll get to it later. But
hey, they kept that joint in a secret zip file, pulled it out after the weather delay. Like they uncovered one of the world's greatest secrets.
Bruh, it's crazy. But I mean, you could mince that apart all day. And I know they've been talking about it all day on all those other programs. But we let them handle that, man. We let them handle that. We here to talk about our Washington Commanders who kick off week 1 this Sunday against the New York Football Giants. Man, I know you've been in the lab all week getting it in, talking to everybody here and there. I've been here all week getting it in. It's just time to play football now, bro.
It is, man. It is time to get to it. And I saw a notification from the Commanders app today that said, your Washington Commanders are at full strength going into week 1 of the season. What a time to be alive, man. What a time to be alive. Malik Neighbors is at practice, damn near needing an epidural. Andrew Thomas is freaking doubtful for Sunday. I love it here, man.
Bro, I mean, like Wednesday, I was on with Mike Callow, man. Shout out to Mike Callow, ESPN 630, man. I'll be there every Wednesday live online. You can also check out the Sports Capital DC. You can hear it live on Wednesdays and on the podcast, on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, everywhere you can hear that. The line change, bro. We talked about it, man. And while on the surface, I feel like it should be a pretty confident game. But it's like you can't take the Giants for granted, bro. Like they got a good squad. That defense, like that front seven is a good squad. And then for whatever reason, man, Russell Wilson always plays us well, bro. Like he plays us well. He always takes a shot. He gonna throw the ball deep. You know what I mean? But it's just like overall, man, I think we should win the game going away, bro. I think we'll be fine this week, bro. What about you?
Yeah, I feel good about it. Obviously, week 1 is wacky, bro. We watched the game last night where both quarterbacks threw for under 200 yards. Javonte Williams scored all the Dallas Cowboys touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb couldn't catch a cold butt naked under frozen water. And just an odd football game. Saquon Barkley's yards were low. Week 1 is when the frauds are out, and it's when weird, wacky things happen in the NFL. So anything can happen, especially in this division. The Giants always play us tough. Russell Wilson always plays us tough, but we have a lot different aspirations in the 2025 season than the New York Giants do, and there's levels to this stuff over here. So I'm going into this expecting a victory no matter how it comes out. I think by the end of the game, the scoreboard may be a little bit more stretched out than what the game actually looked like between 60 minutes.
Man, you know, it's just like the week 2 last year we played the Giants. You know, we had the field goal to the death to get the dub. I'm like, however you get the dub, let's just get the dub, right? Yeah. But it's you kind of want to see your team start fast. You want to see Jaden come out, you know, guns blazing and kind of bunk that narrative of a second year, a sophomore slump. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, you look at the quarterback play last night. It's like, come on, bro. This is your quarterback? This is your king? They were talking about Hurts like he's like a top 5 quarterback. Now, granted, he's done won a Super Bowl. He's solid, but bro, they wasn't passing the football effectively yesterday. Neither quarterback was. I think Jaden will come out and pass the ball effectively on Sunday, man. I think we're gonna get a dub, bro. But I think we might have a better start this season, bro, than we did last year.
Yeah, man. I think it can't start like last season did. You know, we got blown out in week 1. I mean, wow, that game was a lot closer than the scoreboard said. Yeah. Ain't gonna be none of that. Ain't gonna be no experimental lab rat offense in the first couple weeks of the season. Jaden is fully prepared, and he's coming with more in his arsenal now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're adding deep. Well, my fault, Rio. Go ahead, bro.
No, you're good. Yeah, we're coming with more artillery. With Laramie Tunsil on one side, Coleman done slid over the guard, a first-round pick on the other side of the offensive line, Big Debo, Jalen Lane, and we got some speed in the running back room now, man. You know Zach Ertz is back. We're going to get more out of Ben Sinnott this year also.
I hope so, man, because let me tell you, man, that he left a lot to be desired last year, bro. I think if Ben Sinnott can actually turn into the guy he was at Kansas State, bro, like turn into that guy, because he, you know, Ertz, I don't know how many more, you know, seasons Ertz got under his belt, but he need to pass that baton, you know, as soon as possible. But imagine Sinnott playing well and being able to, you know, go 13 personnel where you got, you know, all those tight ends on the field where you can truly be in a run or pass situation and you're not just giving away everything we're having just baits out there. So imagine Sinnott comes out and plays football, you know, like Ertz does, and then gives him another legitimate weapon up the middle of the field. Debo running all around. I mean, that's what we want, man. I think we're going to be able to do it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we drafted Ben Sinnott in the 2nd round for a reason.
Second round, bro.
I don't like to take any emphasis off the fact of where we drafted him. So I need more in year 2. Tight end can be a harder position to get acclimated to the speed of the NFL. So come on now. Come on, Ben Sinnott, year 2.
Yeah, I need that from him. Now, Rio, we haven't been online and talked together in a while. We both talked about these subjects respectively. How do you think the run game will fare now that Brian Robinson is gone? Now that, you know, Bill is the 4th string running back. You know, what do you think the run game gonna look like, man? On paper.
On paper, yeah. I think we need to it's a committee situation over here. So I don't think there's going to be a bell cow necessary lead back going into this season. But for one, Brian Robinson was a good running back. He was a solid, matter of fact, let me rephrase that. Brian Robinson was a solid running back for us, and he was a productive NFL running back, and he was resilient. What he came back from, I hope he does well in San Francisco. He went to an organization with a Shanahan coaching him. So he's going somewhere where he's going to get on the field and where they design run well. So he could be effective there. But what we got over here now is we added some speed in the running back. We added a running back with some vision, with some speed, with some lateral agility. Dare I say, someone who can actually create yards that aren't there as soon as they touch the football, who can turn nothing into something and always find a way to go forward when they touch the football. Also, go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish.
No, because I can say Austin Eckler and Bill is how I imagine are going to get the most of these shared snaps between our running backs. And I think we're going to use a lot of Eckler in 2025. Before he was injured on kick returns last year, our offense was different when Eckler was on the field. You know, we have a lot of sets with him and B-Rob on the field at the same time. I'm trying to see that with Eckler and Bill on the field at the same time.
Absolutely. It's 5-12 live on the East Coast with your man D Will and Real Robinson. Make sure you
like and subscribe, please.
Yes, do that. We need y'all to do that. But continuing on with the run game, Rio, man, listen, I think, like you said, it's going to be running back by committee, but I think, man, they'll be explosive in the run game because you got so many other alternatives now with Debo. You know, he'll get a lot of motions. He'll get a lot of the jet sweeps. He'll get a lot, probably be use him a whole bunch in the screen game. And then that legitimate run threat of Jaden Daniels with the read option. And then the one thing I'm looking for is those second half games where we can kind of, you know, lean on some teams where we would get about to Chris Rodriguez and just let him do his thing, just go downhill, be able to use those linemen in front of him and just keep running the ball and keep doing it. When you up, you know, you want to put your foot on their neck and put them down. So I think, man, while we lost Brian Robinson, you know, I think he kind of left a whole lot to be desired with his abilities. And I think you kind of have the opportunity to use all your running backs in the running situation. And I think that the running back room that we have is okay with being running back by committee. I think there was an issue with Brian Robinson kind of want to be a featured guy where he want to be the guy to get the primary carries. But you can't do that if you don't fit in with what we do, and you can't fit in with the style, and then you can't be trusted at certain times. I mean, there was a lot of games last year where he would fumble in critical situations, or it'd be a lot of side to side. He couldn't get upfield. He didn't have that breakaway speed.
He left a lot on the field because he didn't see it. He didn't see what was in front of him.
Bruh, vision was a question. So, you know, I'm hoping that, you know, with this running back room that we have, of course, somebody will step up and kind of get the bulk of the carries, but it's going to be a running back by committee situation and use a lot of screen game.
When it comes to vision, if anybody knows what someone that can't see looks like, I got two diseased corneas. I got keratoconus in both eyes. I know what it looked like when somebody can't see what's in front of them. Brian Robinson Jr. couldn't see what's in front of him. We got a young kid coming in here now. I think we're going to be keeping 4 active running backs on game day, by the way. Do you think we're just going to be keeping 3?
Now, I think we probably will go with 4. I would like for them to go with 4 because I feel like situationally in the game, man, you want to be able to use all those guys when you can. Yeah. And I'm curious how many of them going to play special teams, though. That's where the key comes in. When you have 4 running backs active, I know those guys got to play
special teams in 2025. Austin Eckler will never be on a kick return ever again, even though he cribbed the first kick versus the Giants last year and it came back because of a penalty. They're not putting Mighty Mouse back on kick return ever again. They got Debo listed as the starting kick returner, brother. Did you peep?
I peeped that. I think they're gonna use Debo like the Swiss Army knife, bro. All over the field. He gonna get some. He might even have a pass here and there, bro. Like he gonna return punts, kicks. He gonna be that gadget guy on offense, bro. I think you're gonna use him up, man. You gotta use him, bro.
You got anyway. I don't want him being the full-time kick returner because at some point Luke McCaffrey got to do something. Let him return the kicks.
Can we talk about that for a second, man? Can we talk about that? We talked about Ben Sinnott getting drafted in the second round last year and how he left a lot to be desired last year. What's the word on Luke McCaffrey, bro? Like, how do you feel? Like, what does he need to do for you this year in order for him to not be a bust? And is it him? Is he not just being used? Like, do he need more, more situations? Like, what you think, Rio?
I mean, I think ultimately Adam Peters did a favor for a friend, and we drafted a guy that was not a 3rd round pick in the 3rd round. So anything you get from Luke McCaffrey, I'll take it, bro. My expectations and my bar or barometer of sorts for Luke is in hell. Like if I get anything more than a blocking receiver from him, I will take it. If he can be somewhere between Ryan Grant and Trey Quinn and just round out the wide receiver room, I'll take it, bro. He catch 1 touchdown and get 250 yards. That's a good season compared to last year.
I agree. And I think,
and on special teams, he may be able to he had a couple good returns last year. Let him return kicks. Let Debo be like the special occasion kick returner, like how we used to throw Tanner and Deshaun back in the day.
Yeah, I would like to see that too, man. But we got to show somebody consistently can do that in the return game. And I think, with him, I think, all right, the way this roster is set up is that if there's 53 guys they're going to use all 53. They're not guys not going to be sitting, active day rosters 45. They use all 45 guys. Like guys got to be able to play. I think as an offense, you got to be able to scheme those guys up to do things that they do well. I think you'll see Luke McCaffrey in. I think you'll see a lot of Jalen Lane. I think you're going to see a lot of movement, especially with them trying to use Debo in the run game. And we don't really know the health of Noah Brown, even though they say we full strength, they still might try to ease him back into the process. You know what I mean? So I feel like you need to use all the guys, like all 5 wide receivers, all your tight ends, all your running backs. Guys got to be available and be able to play because Luke McCaffrey. I mean, was you concerned that he's gonna get cut in the preseason?
Nah, because I think they used up their one annual player that we could cut that we drafted. They used that on Dominique Hampton. Didn't see them cutting another player that they actually selected in this regime so far. So I never really thought that was going to be a thing that was going to happen.
He would have had to fall off the face of the planet for them to get rid of him this early, huh?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It wasn't going to happen. He was always going to make it, bro. That's Adam Peters' people, bro. I know people don't want to hear stuff like this, but it's a relationships league, and relationships get things done. Adam Peters has a close-knit relationship with the McCaffrey families, and obviously they saw something in this guy when they drafted him. So Luke McCaffrey going to be on this roster.
Exactly. How you think Chase Daniel played all them years in the league and made millions of dollars as a backup quarterback, a situational, guy? Like that's all it's about is relationships, bro.
Be the business at the end of the day.
Hey man, and it's a good business, man. And I think Adam Peters is doing good business as we 5:18 on the East Coast on a Friday, a pregame Friday with myself, D. Will, and Rio Robinson. Breaking down this week 1 matchup against the New York Giants, man. I think the last time I checked, we were 6-point favorites against the Giants. Is that enough? Is that enough points? Should there be more points?
6.5. I mean, it's a divisional game. It's week 1, and they're probably looking at the totality of how this matchup is gone. The Giants have beat us a lot over the years, but that's in a world before JD. You know how they got BC in the Bible? You know what I'm saying? That was BJD. That was before Jaden Daniel. I don't want to hear anything about what happened when Taylor Heineke and Sam Howell and Garrett Gilbert and Kyle Allen. I don't want to hear anything about what life was. Dan Snyder was here. I don't even want to talk about Dan Snyder, Washington.
Brother, the list is too long to mention. Hey, Rio, how you feel about this, man? You put 5 on this, man.
Hey,
Luke throwing a TD off of if that's his first, man.
Cliff pulled that play out very frequently, and they were mad that was not successfully completed last year. I can see it. Luke McCaffrey was a quarterback 3 years ago. So,
bro, I remember the play they used it against Dallas when Diami threw it. It was a perfect pass, left-handed pass. Was it Zacchaeus?
Yeah. He looked like CD did last night. CD
looked like Sedarian Lamb. He had it right in his hands.
Sedarian was dropping everything. I would have hated for him to be in the labor and delivery room yesterday. That baby would have fell smooth on the floor. CD was out there looking like Chris Moore.
Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my God. They went in that rain delay, bro. They dipped their hand. He must dip his hands in Crisco, bro.
He was out on that field with $400,000 of jewelry on, 4 earrings, a grill, and no hands.
Bro.
I'm not talking about Wale and Waka.
Right.
I'm talking about CD Lamb.
Bruh, oh my God, bro. Like you can't have that, bro, as a receiver. Like you can't have that, especially with the money he getting paid, bro. You can't have that, bro. And speaking about receivers getting money, your guy, Scary Terry, our guy, the wide receiver, got the bag. We haven't talked this offseason on the air. Let's backtrack. Let's backtrack. How concerned were you? Of course, I watch your programs. I know, but for the audience that's joining together, let's rehash it, man. How were you feeling when the holdout was happening over this past summer?
I was calm until we reached training camp, and I'm watching this camp counselor looking agent walking around the campus out of his Honda Accord with Terry McLaurin every day. That's when I started to get concerned. And then seeing Terry hold in, and it's just weird. He's on the bench with his head down. But this is all we have to understand as fans. This is all a part of the process, bro. You know, when an album comes out, album rollouts used to be a thing. Clips probably just had the first real album rollout that we've seen in quite some time in hip hop, but album rollouts used to be a thing. You used to go in the blog era, you used to go do 1,000 interviews. You may start some beef up just to get some buzz around your name. Now in the NFL, you got to scrub your Instagram page. You got to change your profile picture. If push comes to shove, trade request. Not even if you really mean it, you know. We ain't moving like Jerry Jones about to trade our best player to a contender in the conference, and that's a conversation that we probably need to have at some point too. But
We will.
this was all a part of the game. That's why I never got on the side of demonizing Adam Peters or Terry McLaurin. And I turned all my attention to roasting the agent because that shit was hilarious. It was funny as hell. And Honda Accord Buddy Baker is now whipping a Hyundai Sonata. That boy cashed out. He can retire. He got his jersey in the rafters somewhere in Indiana in a Buffalo Wild Wings or something right now. Shout out to all parties involved. Terry got his bag. He got some of the numbers he wanted. Adam Peters lined that contract up to be pretty much commission-based pay. He got Terry looking like a car salesman on the field for us right now. You can make as much as you go out and produce because everything is bonus-based. It works out for all parties involved, and Buddy Baker finally wrote himself a big boy contract, man. Wins for everybody.
They definitely, it took a while, but they made it happen. I never felt concerned that Terry would leave. Out of all these situations, I just felt I knew Terry was going to be in the building. I knew he was going to stay there. But as the situation gone on longer, you saw what happened. People started to turn. People started questioning, you know, his loyalty. Started questioning if he really wanted to be there. They started questioning, like you said, Adam Peters and the crew, if they were really legit, you know. And the thing is, man, I think fans just don't understand how the business works. Like you said, this is what happens, bro. When your star players want money, this is what happens because we've been begging, we've been starving to have a real GM, somebody that makes real life decisions, somebody that knows how to run a team, and somebody who just doesn't say, yeah, however much you want, let's just give it to you because of what you've done. No, you have to weigh what they can do going forward and their ability, right? So what was happening is that the longer this went, and the longer it went without leaks, because we didn't have any leaks, fans started questioning it. Started saying what's really going on, what's happening, and how is this process going to go down. When Adam Peters and Terry McLaurin's camp were good to go, they were all locked in. They knew it was going to get done. It was just a matter of time. So, like you said, fans were demonizing those guys, and it was never in question. It was never a doubt that Terry was going to be here. I was never concerned, and also to that, I was never concerned about Micah Parsons. If we could for a second, I know you want to talk about it. I didn't think he was gonna get traded, especially
hell
now.
no. Because I know Jerry is ridiculous, but not even Jerry would do something that stupid. Jerry would never trade the best player on the roster to a contending playoff team in the same conference until you did.
The best player on their roster, the guys that don't come around, the guys that never see free agency, the guys that you pretty much can only draft in order to have them in your front office.
One of those.
And they had him, and he traded him a week before the season started.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's how you know this was like a look, man. I'm not gonna play here. I'm not gonna sign. I think they was just like, look, man, we just better move on from him. And then on top of that, Jerry went on afterwards and decided to say that this was a better move. I'm like, bruh, because he can't have no defeat. He can't feel like, you know, somebody got over on him. And all he could have said was, man, the relationship was not going to heal. We decided to do the best thing for both parties and just move on, you know. And then to say I'm not trashing Micah on the way out, it means I'm definitely trashing Micah.
Oh, no. He didn't say Micah. He said Michael.
Michael. You know, I don't want to trash Michael, but he does not helping us in the run game. We got better in the run game. I'm like, bro, you got a 30-year-old defensive tackle who you're going to end up having to pay as well. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, bro, you don't trade Micah Parsons, bro. But I definitely know that Adam Peters was on the phone and called. You know he called.
Yeah, you know Philly wasn't the only ones that called, man. You know, we put in a call to old Plantation Poppy over there in Texas, man. You know we did.
Hey, yo, Plantation Poppy. Yo.
Hey, no.
Hey, listen, it wasn't about Michael. We had a handshake deal that it was going to get done.
And his agent.
His agent got involved. His agent was the one that messed it up for us. I was like, well, come on,
what's his agent's name again? What's his name?
That-
David.
David Malagueto, Rafael De La Ghetto.
Not Rafael De La Ghetto.
Cannons to the left of them, cannons to the right of them, cannons in front of them, volley and thunder. Like, come on, bro. And so bringing up Malagueto, you like, why? How come Terry didn't have a guy like that? I think if Terry had a guy like Malagueto,
Oh, that would have got done when Ben got done. Yep.
Bro, the deal would have got. He would have been like, Terry's. That deal would have got done by the end of the week when you have a top tier guy like that.
Yeah, and you probably would have less like monopoly money and incentive base in it. But shout out to Adam Peters for getting a good deal done.
Hey man, look, we knew it was gonna happen. They got the deal done, and you keep your guys in house, man. You keep your good guys in house. So I'm glad they were able to find it and make a deal for Terry and get it done. And this will probably be his last contract. He'll retire as a Commander, and we'll be able to write that story, man. It'll be a great story of Terry with a Super Bowl at some point. He's gonna hoist the trophy on his way out here, retire on top, man.
Hey, D. Will.
Yes, sir.
We've been here for almost 30 minutes. Can we talk about our MVP candidate quarterback for a second? Can we talk about top 5, Jaden?
We could talk about number 5, top 5. We can talk about Jaden. Let's talk about 5, man. Let's do it.
Let's talk about it. We got 5 on it. You know how far we've come as a fan base, as an organization, that we could go 30 minutes into a team conversation and not even have to mention the quarterback because he's the one thing, he's the constant that we know no matter what is happening around him, he's going to hold all this shit together. This guy, every league poll got him high as hell, top 5 in the league. They did a league poll where they asked, which quarterback do you believe will define the NFL's next decade? And Jaden had the most votes. 21st on the top 100 list. We know because of seniority. Because of seniority is the only reason. But in 1 year, that man, the 21st best player in the league. Not 21st best quarterback, 21st best player in the league. I watched the Cowboys and Eagles play last night. Neither of them quarterbacks threw for 200 yards, man. So Jaden already walking into the season as the first quarterback in the division to throw for 200 because he's going to get that in his sleep on Sunday, even versus a good New York Giants defense. I'm excited to see what the year 2 look like. You know what I did the other day?
What you do?
I went back and I wanted to see the full season cut up of Mahomes, Lamar, and Burrow and Allen in their second year. 3 of them were MVP caliber. One of them went to the Super Bowl. One of them won the MVP. No, 2 of them won the MVP. Lamar, MVP. Mahomes, MVP. Burrow, Super Bowl. Second season in the league. Guys that are special and that are just cut from a different cloth, they don't slump. They don't regress. None of that. So you can keep wishing for it all you want to. They don't know what we know in the building. An article came out the other day about how Jaden, Tavita Pritchard, and Cliff Kingsbury, they do walkthroughs before the walkthrough. They're there at 4, 5, 6 in the morning. Cliff is in the headset while running routes for him. I ain't never heard of the OC running routes for the quarterback before the sun come out.
Hey, 3 in the morning, the practice bubble. 4 in the morning. Like, bro, they are on top of it, man. Like you heard about all the stories last year of how his preparation was with the VR and with his early time to the game and how he's always just loose and he's just ready to play. And with a year under his belt, with more comfort, more input, like it's only up from here. And let me tell you something. All those guys talking about, the sophomore slump and scared of what will happen. I'm like, bro, okay, let's say this. Jaden Daniels could regress, right? And the team still win 10 games and still make a leap in the playoffs. It's the ebbs and flow of careers. It's the ebbs and flow of how seasons work, right? But
the league.
Exactly. But he showed enough to me last year where I don't see a regression. I don't see a fall off because the way he played and the way he commanded, for lack of better words, commanded the field, commanded the offense. And in those crucial moments, those clutch moments, I like that. I'm putting that on the screen. I like that. The sophomore jump. That's what it is. Ain't no sophomore slump. It's a sophomore jump. Thank you.
We ascending over here. Yeah.
I love that, man. It's a sophomore jump, and where he will really show the league like, man, last year was wasn't an anomaly. Like, this is me. This is for years to come. Imagine if people said LeBron James was gonna have a sophomore slump.
Yeah.
LeBron James has been playing in the league for 20 years, and about 17 of those 20 years, he's been at a high MVP level. He's literally his teams have
more than that. That's crazy.
like literally his teams have been in the conversation every year in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
people wish on the downfall of greatness. That's why people like to diminish what Mahomes is doing. Like, we're not watching some of the greatest shit we've ever seen in our lives unfold. Like, he lost the third of what could have been a three-peat, and people are talking about him like he's Taylor Heineke right now.
Bruh, and then on top of that, everybody's mentioning, and no disrespect, but everybody's mentioning, is this going to be Buffalo's year? Is this going to be the year where Josh Allen gets over the hump? Is this going to be the
Lamar
year where,
does? Yeah.
or is Joe Burrow is this defense gonna step up? Because Joe Burrow's an MVP caliber quarterback, just don't have a defense, and they still forget
it. They don't do it,
and they still forget that they got to go through the Chiefs. They got to go through old washed Travis Kelce, old married self. They got to go through Patrick Mahomes. Like, those guys are still the constant, right? So I feel like we could be developing one of those guys where Jaden is just, he stepped up so big last year, and it's like, imagine if other things start taking shape. Imagine if we do have a solidified number one running back in Bill. Imagine if there is a legitimate number two that steps up and really gets those 70 catches, after Terry gets his 100. Like, imagine you get some solid play around him, and it's not to say that he's not solid, or those guys aren't solid, but some consistent play where guys step up, and Jaden doesn't have to do too much. He can just step back and be a passer. He
not have to put it in the end zone every time that we score, because someone decided to take a screen to the crib or something,
Exactly. He could legitimately have an MVP season. This was my hot take that I said this past Wednesday on the Line Change with Mike Callow on ESPN 630 and the Sports Capital DC. Make sure y'all watch that and check that out.
Yeah.
But I said that my hot take was he's going to win MVP this year.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to win MVP.
I don't even think that's a hot take.
He's gonna win the MVP this year. I think he's gonna ascend. He's gonna win the MVP this year, and he's gonna surprise a lot of folks because they're talking about Josh Allen, all those other guys as the quarterback. Like, I watched the boring Hard Knocks this summer, and they just talked about how this is Buffalo's year. They're finally gonna get over the hump, bruh.
Yeah, I believe that shit when I see it. It's like magic. You know what I'm saying? I believe in the supernatural when I encounter it, but until I see it with my own eyes, Lamar and Josh Allen cannot beat Mahomes. I've seen Joe Burrow beat Mahomes in the AFC Championship at Arrowhead, so I have tangible evidence that my eyes have seen. I have not seen Lamar and Allen do it, so until I see it, no, he's going to keep winning. And greatness is greatness. You can't stop it. You can hate on it. You can throw salt at it all you want to. Greatness it's going to keep being great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Rio, like you said earlier, man, the amazement of us to have one position that we know for a fact is not in question. And this is the second year in a row that we've been able to have a solid ownership. We've been able to have solid front office, a solid head coach, and then Jaden Daniels. So I love that for us. Now going into year 2 of Dan Quinn, let's rewind. Remember how the uncertainty last year when Dan Quinn got signed, look at him
at the airport,
bruh. Everybody was just so, Dan Quinn, why did we do that?
I was not familiar with your game.
EQ, my bad, brother.
Yep,
you brought the brotherhood to the building, and I'm sorry that I did not know your ways. I didn't know you were regarded through the league. I didn't know your tactics were as such, and I apologize for how I treated you at the beginning of last season.
Same. I was not familiar with the gravity that you carried, my guy. I did not know why people swore by you as a human, as a coach, as a professional. I get it now, man. Let's rock. Let's rock.
But now he has shown true and shown us what a consistent head coach looks like, how he's been able to galvanize the organization and create a brotherhood to where we've become a destination. We have one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and he's a coach that let his coaches coach. He let the front office do front office things, and he's there to cultivate the environment. He did the culture thing in one season when Ron Rivera was screaming about culture for the
3 to 5.
It's
really talking about a jail bid. 3 to 5 to build a culture. Culture already been flipped.
bro. He and Dan Quinn did it on parole. Like he did it in
Yeah.
one season, bro. Like on probation. Like he was like, let me get this together. He got us together real quick, and now Washington has immediately become one of the destination organizations. And think about it. This year, this whole offseason, we haven't heard about it. Like we haven't been talked about negatively this year. It's only been about the ascension, about this Washington Commanders team, bro. How actually they're believing in us. They don't think last year was just an anomaly. They actually believing that we could do better this year.
Yep. My favorite sentence that I've heard a bunch of times this offseason. We have a standard now. The standard is the standard. D. Will don't want to talk about that.
Nope.
D. Will don't want to talk about that. Never happened. Never happened.
What game?
Men in Black zap that.
What game?
Men in Black.
Bill Belichick. Who? What happened? Okay, let's do this, man. Let's show some love real quick. Shout out to JMod6. He said, I have a hot take. I know everyone is expecting a close game against the Giants, but I think we're gonna smoke them. Rio, what say you?
I think it's gonna be close most of the way, and I think we're gonna stretch out on them at the end. I think we win by 2 touchdowns on Sunday.
2 touchdowns. Do we get a victory formation?
Yeah,
Do we kneel on them?
Yeah, we kneel on them, but we kneel on them after we run it up to 14. I got 31-17 Commanders on Sunday. I think it's going to be one of those games where it's 24-17 late and the Giants have a chance. Jaden gets the ball back and he snatches their soul out of their bodies, and we get the ball back one more time after Russell Wilson throws some back-breaking interception after we go up 31-17, and we can score on them one more time, and then we show them mercy like we did last year on the 1-yard line up in MetLife.
Hey, I like that. I said early in this week, I said 23-16 because I thought it was going to be a close one. But you know what? I think the defense might step up. I still think we might score. I think it might be 24-10, man. I think I like 24-10. It's a convincing game. Not a big number. You know, it's under, you know. I think the over is I think the point total is 41.5. I would like to check that to verify. But I definitely think they're going to win. And I like that. 24-10, man. I think 2 touchdowns is good, man. They're a good tone setter too, man. Like a little nasty win, but 2 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like it. I'm with that.
Yeah, so that's a good hot take, man. I think we'll smoke it too.
So
man.
we both got 2 possession victories, though.
Yeah, for sure. You got a little bit more points than I do, but definitely 2
I got us coming out and making a statement on Sunday because we've been hearing about that defense all off season and all week. Jaden come out and put 31 on their head tops to start the year. Good night.
Hey, a 9 route to open the game up, bro.
Ooh.
Hey, listen, let me tell you what. If they play anything like the Eagles corner played last night, boy, I think we should be able to get up on them early, bro. Them Eagles corners look like food last night, bro. Watching that game, like early in the game.
Yo, Adoree Jackson, bro, wherever that man is on the football field, I need Jaden to find him, circle him, and look at everybody like, yep, you already know what time it is, bro. That boy was flambéed. He was getting dogged last night.
Bro, they look bad, bro. Paul said barbecue chicken. They definitely like barbecue chicken, bro. They look bad, bro. But you know what? I think it could have been a Super Bowl slump, man. Hungover, you know what I'm saying? They want to keep that dog mentality, but they still showed the undisciplined this last night.
That's what it looked like when Darius Slay is no longer opposite Quinyon Mitchell because putting Adoree Jackson on the field. I know Howie Roseman is scouring every front office in the league trying to get a starting quality cornerback because ain't no way they rocking with Adoree Jackson or Kelee Ringo for the year.
Bruh, he is scout. And you know what? If there's a guy that can find it, it's him. One thing I will say about the Eagles, and this is, you know, I hate them guys with a passion, but the one thing they do well, man, they can win football games and they will find players. The fact that the Eagles just find a way to get better, like I don't get it. Who keeps? We all went to the meeting. At the meeting, we said we're not going to get the Eagles better, and somebody keeps colluding against that to continue to make the Eagles better, bro. Like
he knows what the bodies are buried or something because he's making people answer the phones, and I'm not sure why they do that.
No, that 215 area could come in. Oh, hey, okay.
Oh, it's Howie. It's Howie. What's up, Howie?
Man, I think he put some in their cheesesteak, bro. He like, hey, come have a cheesesteak. He put some in there. Put some true serum, man. But he definitely know where the bodies are buried, bro. Like he definitely know.
He knows something that we are not privy to because
absolutely
no way.
5:41 on the East Coast. It's your man D Will and Rio Robinson with the first installment of the afternoon kick for this season, where we will be here every Friday, 5 p.m. Which is subject to change if things happen. You know, we both dads and got stuff going on, but it's subject to change. But every Friday we will be here at 5 p.m. through the end of the season. Last season we didn't expect to be on this long, and we had 4 more weeks of content at the season. So I love that
20-week season, man. I could get used to that shit, man.
I love it, man. Another month of football with your team playing is amazing. I need that. So, Rio, let me ask you, man. This Sunday coming up, man. How will you be digesting the game, man? What's your game day routine? What's your plan? How are you going to take in Week 1 against the New York Football Giants?
I got the kiddos with me at the crib, so I will be watching it at home, and I will be on my Kai Cenat iShow speed type shit. We're going to be marathon streaming. We're streaming the entire Sunday of football. We're starting at about 12:15, and we're going to go all the way through our game, the 4 o'clock red zone window, and Buffalo, Baltimore at night. So we're going to put like a 12 to 12 on Sunday.
Man, you putting in that double time, bro. That's a good shift schedule right there, man. Getting it in, man. I'm proud of you, man. You got it going, man. So everybody, of course, y'all know where y'all at. Make sure you be there on Sunday. Have Rio Robinson on in the background. Run them numbers up while you watching, man. Rio, man.
I gotta get some sleep before we do that, man. Because boy, I had the kids all week this week, and getting them up for school. I was up to 1 a.m. streaming the Cowboys-Eagles game last night. I may not make it to the Chiefs. I may not make it to the Brazil game tonight. We're gonna see in the next couple hours whether I can do that or not.
Bro, it mess around be an episode of Big Brother, man. They just watch you sleep.
Truman Show, man.
Yo, it's crazy. And they don't look, man. Sunday, man. I got the fam in town for the weekend, so shout out to mom, dad coming up from Williamsburg, and my brother from Cali is in town, man. So we having a good old time. I got the family in the building for this weekend. My pops
you throwing something on the grill. You throwing something on the grill on Sunday.
Hey, man. You know, some on the grill. You know, some in the deep fryer, man. Who knows what's going on? It's gonna be something popping.
I know if Andrew Thomas don't play, we throwing Russ on the grill on Sunday, and he from Richmond, VA. So you know
he is, bro. Right in line, right down the road, throwing him on the grill, bro. But I got the setup this year, man, at the new spot, man. You saw it, bro. I'm telling you, I'm just ready for whichever Sunday you want to broadcast from here, bro, so he can get the studio popping.
You talk about a Rio and D Will watch party from the crib. Woo!
Let me tell you, man, and I'll have to change the setup, man, and go where the surprises are, man. If y'all not following me on Instagram, man, I talk about it on there, man. Make sure y'all follow me. D Will does it all there and on here on YouTube, man, with all the stuff going on. But man, Sunday, bro, like it's here, bro. Football is finally back, bro.
We back. What kind of record we talking about in 2025, man? What you thinking, man? Because they praying on the downfall. And Nikki Jabwala talking about we're like an 8 type win team. People are calling us pretenders. We're gonna get a reality check in 2025. I see the schedule and I don't see a regression. So
I said 10 wins. Only reason I say 10 wins is that you know how last year some games went our way at the end. Mm-hmm. I think we may not get that this year rather. I think we go 10-7, but we still make a deep playoff run. So I think we get in the playoffs. I think we still get in there and make a run. We're gonna be wearing the road whites all playoffs and get in there and make a run. But I say 10-7, man. I say 10-7. What about you? You think 12-5 still?
Yeah, I'm closer to going up to 13 than I am going backwards from 12. But no, I'm gonna stick with 12-5. But no, I feel very confident that this is a good football team. Yeah. And for people thinking that some of the clutch gene that we showed last year was some type of magic in the bottle that we're never going to bring back out, I watch great quarterbacks make great late game plays their entire career. So if you think that Jaden's just going to get unclutched because he's in his next year in the league and because the league got tape on him, which is the most lazy, I have no answer, but I'm going to give you what I got type default statement.
Analyst answer, the league has tape on him.
And the league has tape. Get that Stephen A. Smith garbage out of my face.
You know the league has tape on him now. They see how he plays. They see what type of ball player he is. The league has tape on him.
Yeah, I know. The brother in Chocolate City can ball, but they got tape on him in year two. The coaches have seen the tape. And what they gonna do in year 2? See, he really can't expound on it, so he got to be loud. He got to start throwing in some SAT words in the process to throw you off. It's all sleight of hand.
Hey,
You invest it, bro.
And he like, hold on. You gonna let me respond? You gonna let me respond? Listen,
It's
I
all
think
crutches.
the brother can ball. I really do. But however, there's a guy up the field, the Philadelphia Eagles. He gonna have to face the Dallas Cowboys twice a year. He gonna have to face the New York Football Giants.
And they got tape on him. They got tape
on him.
They've seen 20 game sample size of Jaden Daniels, so he may not be able to do it with such consistency as he did last year. But I like the brother, and I'm rooting for Chocolate City.
They got tape on the brother now. They got tape on him. Hold on. Here we go. Hold on. Hey, listen.
Oh,
listen.
hey, talk to me, Talk to me,
Hey, listen. I think Jaden Daniels one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I really do. I really do think he one of the best quarterbacks in the league now. He done came up. What you mean, Ocho? He done came up. Yeah. He one of the best. Listen. I watched football for years. I grew up in rural South Georgia with a tin roof and cement floors. I done seen a lot of things. And the one thing I know is a good football player. And I think Jaden Daniels and the Washington with the Redskins or the Washington Commanders are a good ball team now. Yeah.
Ocho don't ever go into any details when he come in that joint.
Hey, what you say,
What you say? Hey, talk to him. Hey, that boy Jaden Daniels. Hey, that boy Jaden.
That boy Jaden Daniels. He good now.
that boy. I seen that boy. I see. Like, you don't say nothing. You don't get into any detail.
Listen. Ocho, hold on, Ocho. I believe that he might have an MVP caliber season. Yeah, he one of the ones, baby. Yeah. I don't listen to everything you hear. Believe. My grandmama told me, believe half of what you see and a third of what you ingest, because that is what.
All right, now we got to close it out with some prime. No, we need some prime before we go, man. You don't got to pull out the 10-gallon.
Hey,
we need some prime. Don't ask him. Don't tell him to talk about his son. No, we don't got to talk about Shador right now. Just talk about Jaden Daniels.
Listen, baby, let me tell you something about Five. See, the one thing I know about Five is that you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. See, what happens with Five is that he is the best quarterback in the league, baby. He is one of those guys that I think can put the team on his back, baby. He could be one of those guys. He's one of those dogs. He's one of those leaders.
He's not talking about how he got God-given ability.
He's got God on his side. He got God-given ability to take him to that next level, baby. And I'm telling you this, I am proud of that guy. I will support Jaden Daniels. He's a dominant player. He's a dominant player in this league. So wherever it is, I think that Jaden Daniels is going to perform well, baby. He's going to be one of those guys. What do you say? One of those guys, baby. He's a dog. He's one of those leaders. Hey, listen, I don't care. I don't care about anything that comes against me, because no weapon formed shall prosper. Is that right, baby? No weapon formed shall prosper. And he is one of those guys, one of those leaders, one of those dogs.
The leader is just really cute. One of those leaders. Like that isolated inflection, that was fire, dog.
Hey, man, if I tell you one thing, man, look, I done been through a whole lot of struggles. I done been through a lot of things in my life. I done had money. I've been broke. I've been married. I've been single. I've had kids. I've had nieces. I've had nephews. But the one thing that's remained constant in my life is God, baby. He's got my back. He's been on my side, and he's been able to help me through everything that I've been going on, especially with this last battle that I've been battling.
Preach, Prime.
He's been there, and he's been helping with everything I've been going on. So I have firm belief and firm favor that God is going to be there, because God is a what? A leader. He's a dog. He's
Yo, I can listen to Prime talk all day, bro. I'm telling you, Prime could sell anything to anybody.
Hey, dog. Hold on. Hey, bro. Hold on. Let me see this. Look, a privacy screen protector. I'm about to read this. He was like this. It gives you high privacy, baby. Screen is only visible to persons directly in front of the screen. keeps your personal, private, and sensitive information hidden from strangers, baby, because that's what you need. You need
It don't matter. He's selling anything to anybody, man. You've heard from Stephen A. You've heard from Ocho. You've heard from Uncle Shay Shay, and you've heard from Primetime. Jaden Daniels is one of those ones. We beaten the Giants this week. We're going back to the playoffs in 2025. We sophomore jumping. We ain't sophomore slumping. You heard it here first.
Hey, I love that, man. And listen, Rio, every single Friday, 5 p.m., the afternoon kick, man. If you like what you heard today, make sure you, oh, hold on. I missed my own cue. There we go. If you love what you heard today, make sure you
Like and subscribe, please.
do that, and make sure you follow myself, Darian, D, Will, and Rio Robinson on all social media platforms. Rio, before we go, man, tell everybody, of course they know where they can find you, but what you got going on this week, man, as we make it to next week, man? What you got?
I'm supposed to do a watch party for this Chiefs game.
Got to watch the watch party.
Okay. You know, I didn't get any sleep last night, and my baby's sick, so pending, but I should be on tonight. I'm hopping on with my guy, The Juke, which is a Giants channel at 6:30.
Shout out.
And we doing Commanders Kings on a Saturday. We're doing Commanders.
Hey, hold on, bro. Shout out to you in that event, Commanders Kings. I was out of town. I couldn't make it. But hey, man, I'm so proud of y'all. Y'all did an amazing thing. Nothing but love and respect. Man, I can't wait to be at the next one. So yeah, get back to it. I'm sorry, man. I just had to tell everybody about that.
Oh, hey, that was an amazing event, bro. The next one's gonna be even bigger and better. We got Commanders Kings game day eve rally tomorrow night at some point, and Sunday we going live from noon all the way until football is done being played on Sunday. So,
woo, I love it. Hey, man, that $20 ain't gonna help you. Don't crash that truck, brother.
Hey, brother. Hey, I appreciate. Hey. Thanks for locking in with us, my guy. Make sure you drive safely. Safety first. You
absolutely put that safe belt on, baby. And Rio, this week, man, let's see. Monday night is the Breaking Command podcast, where I will be joined by someone in the Commanders media sphere. Last week it was Scott Jackson. It was last Tuesday because Monday was a holiday, but you can go check that episode out. Scott Jackson of ESPN 94.1 down in the 757. You can go check that out. Wednesday it'll be live at 4 p.m. on the Line Change with ESPN 630's Mike Callow. You can hear that live online and watch the recap that'll be posted here and there. You can check that out. And then, of course, every Friday, Rio Robinson and myself, D. Will, you have all your singular stuff, but you come here where the meeting of the minds will be. And next Friday, we will have a guest. I'm working on that right now, Rio. So next Friday, we'll have a illustrious guest in the building that'll join us to talk about week 2, man.
Yep, and it's going to be, hold on.
Yeah.
Time out on the play, brother. We have a short week going.
We got to go Thursday. Hold on. We got to do something different.
What they call Ryan Clark's podcast, The Pivot?
The Pivot. Yeah.
We got to pivot.
Do we got to go Thursday afternoon?
Sounds like we might have to go Thursday afternoon because we have a game on Thursday night, 4 days after Sunday's game.
Yeah, okay. All right. So we calling the audible right here. Hey, White 80. Hey, check. Hey, Thursday.
Omaha.
Big Omaha.
What?
We going Omaha in this one. Thursday next week, it'll be the afternoon kick live at 5. Well, it'll be a pregame show, huh? We'll be able to get it in right before that. So it's going to be a short week. We'll be on next Thursday right before the game and get it popping. That sounds good to me, huh? That sounds good to you, Real?
That sounds like a damn good plan to me, man. Let's get active.
I love it, man. Hey, look, everybody, y'all be safe. Don't crash your cars as you watch the replay. Have a good time. And, man, make sure y'all show some people some love. And, let's get this dub, man. Let's get this dub. On behalf of my partner, Crime Rio Robinson, I'm D. Will. We'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.
Let's get it.
D. Will does it all.